Okay, interview with Netta, and this is take one of episode 2. So we got to when Mum joined the army, the Second World War, and we're going to take you up to the point of where she meets my father. All right. So and then you can just tell everyone what happened, all the juicy bits. Whatever. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Go for it.
Well, I had to start myself.
Well,
I met during in Brisbane. I met Laurie,
yes.
and we went out together and eventually got married.
How long did you go out together for?
Oh, about a year.
Uh-huh.
And then both of us, he got out of the Navy and I got out of the Army.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of years, I think, in between we broke up because for a foolish thing he did.
What did he do?
Well, he took all his savings and with the mate,
Yeah.
and they bought all this camping gear and guns and so forth. And they were going out in the bush shooting to make money. They were going to make a fortune.
Right.
In this country place.
Yep.
And so they set their tent up in a creek bed, which was bone dry.
Yeah.
And then they set out to start getting what they were hunting, or whatever it was. But in the meantime, a terrible storm came up and washed everything away. So there they were, stuck in the bush, no money, no nothing. So I broke the engagement at that time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think he eventually got around me. And then he rejoined the Navy, and then he went to England and picked up the Sydney, and came back to Sydney, and he came to Barrel to see me, and we got married.
Yeah.
Straight off there.
Ah. So that would have been around 1952.
No, the war ended in 43.
Oh, 43. Oh, 40. No, 45.
40. But no, I joined in 43, so that was 46.
46, okay.
Yeah.
And I was born in 53.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, okay. So.
Oh no, that's wrong.
What?
How could that be?
Well, I'm 71, so it must have been 53.
Yes, it was 53, but what am I saying?
That means you
I
might have
got
been
married in 49.
in 49.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
1949.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yes.
Okay. And so what happened then?
What happened? After I got married, then, and then he was sent straight away to Manus Island for 12 months. So Eileen, Paddy's wife, and I, we would say we'd like to go and see the coronation, in England. And then I got an invitation from the government to march in London before the Queen for the coronation. There was all these so many of the troops all over the Commonwealth, from every country in the Commonwealth.
Oh, okay.
So it was quite a big thing, and so I did that. So we decided to go over. So over we went.
And that's when you realised you were pregnant on the ship.
Yes, yes. When we got to the bight, it's where it's so rough and everything, and everybody was seasick, and I was violently ill. But when it calmed down, I was still sick. And the doctor said, "Oh, you'd better go into the hospital." And so I went into the hospital, which was much nicer, up on D deck instead of H deck. And then, fortunately, Lynn got measles, and so Eileen and Lynn were able to come to the hospital too. So we all spent a couple of weeks in the hospital on D deck, which was great. Yes. So I spent the next, probably, what is it, nearly almost a year in London.
Oh.
Maybe it was you were born there. We left when you were 8 weeks old.
That was England.
Yeah, left England, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll never forget when I booked into a 6-berth cabin, and when I walked in carrying this baby basket and baby in it, all the other people looked at one another in absolute horror. I thought, oh God.
As you would, yes.
Yeah, a baby coming in.
There goes our parties.
Yes, and peace and quiet.
Yeah.
But for some unknown reason, I don't think you ever cried once on the whole trip. I think it was the motion of the ship or something, but you just slept and slept and slept.
I still do.
Yeah, must be. And it was one old fellow that used to come every morning and take you up, put you on his shoulder, and he used to walk the whole around the deck a couple of times. And everybody wanted to do something, 'cause there was the only baby on board. So you did well behaved.
Oh, very good. So what happened when you obviously when you got back to Australia? Where did you live then?
Where did I live?
Is that where you went to Glebe or?
No, when I got, oh, that's right. We went to Sydney.
Yeah.
And it was there that I left. Oh, that's right. I got pregnant again, and I was so ill, couldn't get out of bed. You were only a baby, and it was really difficult. And my mother and brother came up and packed me up and took me away back to Barrel.
Barrel.
Yes. I spent the next year or so in Barrel.
Oh, okay. And that was staying with Auntie Betty?
No, she lived there. She had her own house. My mother and I lived in a flat in Bong Street.
Oh, okay.
To start with. And where did I go from there? I just tried to think.
So you'd broken up with Laurie at this stage?
Yes, well, when they took me away, he was annoyed that I just left, of course. And but he never made any attempt to contact me.
Oh.
And I only found out after Shane was born that the furthest I thought he's headed back to Adelaide, straight away.
Yeah.
A friend of Fred's told me that he was living in Wollongong.
In Wollongong?
He said he was just waiting to hang around till after the baby was born. But he didn't. I used to keep hoping he'd come and see. He never did. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. And so that was the end of that then?
That was the end of that.
All right, so what happened then?
Oh, well, then sometime later, I think I met up with Ray,
Mm-hmm.
and finished up coming up to Murwillumbah with him
Okay, so you met Ray in where at Mittagong
in
or
in Barrel.
in Barrel?
And he was the coach, the football
Oh,
coach.
the football coach. That's right.
Yeah.
And then he went back to Balmain to play for Balmain.
No, he had been playing with.
I've been playing with that, but so that was about 1951. Because I think 1951 he was the fullback. I don't think Balmain ever won
Yeah, he
a
was.
game.
And then they brought out.
Sorry, Balmain.
He was a famous English footballer,
Yeah.
and they brought him out to join the team, and he played fullback, so they put him into fullback position, which was Ray's pet position.
Yeah.
And so Ray got the huff and left,
Fair enough.
and this bloke went on to be the president of the club and all sorts of things.
Oh, okay.
This Englishman, I can't think of his name offhand, but everyone would know it. So he just coached from then on in.
Oh, okay. And so then you moved to moved to Murwillumbah.
Murwillumbah. He got a coaching job there.
Yeah, that's right, with Souths.
Hmm?
With Souths.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and so how long did you? When was that? That would have been
60.
1960.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Garl was born, what, 62, wasn't it? Oh, can't remember. It was early 60 anyway.
Yeah, that seems about the right time because I think I just
You
62.
you were about, what, 5, 6?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you and Shane went to school over in
Yeah, Shane didn't come along till later though. He
didn't he?
no, we were living in River Street.
River.
River Street.
But Shane was there.
Well, he came while we were living in River
Oh, I
Street
see.
because I remember not liking him when I first met him.
Didn't you?
I think I think I punched him up, and I got into big trouble over it.
Oh, really?
Well, I didn't know who he was. And he was usurping my position as number one son.
Yes. True.
So, so that would have been about that time.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you lived in River Street.
Yes.
Ray became a cane cutter. He was cutting cane.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we lived there for quite a while.
Yeah, quite a long time.
Quite a long time.
It
Yeah.
used to flood every year, and you used to have
Yeah, we got flooded, I think, 3 times in 6 weeks at one stage.
Yeah, it used to flood every year.
And you remember Ray, of course, he was working at the pub when he
Yeah.
wasn't coaching,
Mm.
and he insisted, because the water was, up to the top step in our place,
Yeah.
and somebody loaned him a canoe. And he insisted on going to work every day, and he used to head off with paddling away with his clothes tied on his head, his work clothes. Everyone used to be hanging over the veranda singing that, "Goodbye, Hiawatha, goodbye, Hiawatha."
Yeah, well, I sort of kind of remember him having actually more cartons of beer in the canoe than anything else, because he spent a hell of a lot of time in the house on the lounge, just about floating, watching the TV. Yeah. So anyway, that was like 60s, late 60s. They got into the late 60s. He then got a job at the local RSL club.
Yes.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were. I remember you were pea picking, weren't you? You were doing
Oh yes, I used to go
Just
out.
about everybody did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went with a gang of women.
Yeah. Okay. So for the next exciting episode, we'll leave it there, and we shall move on from the late 60s to the coming up period now.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Cut.